bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Gano out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. To throw again, Dalton. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Now, Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the toss, Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They'll try and run with Mixon. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Can't go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Now a first down throw for Newton. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Draw play, Newton to Stewart. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano, from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by James Bradbury. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Gano out to kick this one away. Charles, we got a second here to discuss Cincinnati as their offense works their way back out there. Marvin Lewis, many thought on the way out, but now a 2-year extension, and it's 2 straight years without them being in the playoffs after 5 straight in the playoffs. Were you surprised that Marvin Lewis was given the extension?
I actually was, because he was at the end of his contract, and I thought that that was a natural end point for he and the Bengals, especially since, as you framed it, back-to-back years without the playoffs, back-to-back years of 7 and 9. But getting the 2-year extension tells me they're ready to rebuild. Retool this team. They've got to get better in the offensive line. They've got to get better skill position players. The defense is going to undergo some more construction now. Got a new defensive coordinator coming in. So the coaching staff, players, a rebuild in Cincinnati, and they think Marvin Lewis is the guy to guide them.
Second down, Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Julius Peppers in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. The final act of the first half, Dalton. Well, the pressure gets to him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Dalton. And this is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Mixon. Room here to run. Room to run inside the 40. Evades him at the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Fresh set of downs here. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Newton. Frenches with a catch over the middle. And he is knocked down from the side, right near the 27. 23 yards on the play. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Newton gives off to Stewart. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Shift together here from the D-line. The handoff comes to Stewart. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Gano out to kick this one away. The Bengals getting set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison In there to bury him for a loss of 11. Dalton sets up play action. To Mixon on the check down. 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Play action now. Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Now they run with Mixon. And he's got this one down to the 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert from 10 yards out. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A great run that time by Stewart. 61 yards on the ground. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They go back to Stewart on first. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from the 20. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Dalton, 1st and 10. Room to run past midfield. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Dalton off play action. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Addison in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Green's got it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Dalton. And it is incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. This is Stewart again. Oh, he shifts past him. Space to maneuver at the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Jonathan Stewart, his 20th carry. And some space here. There goes Jonathan Stewart. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, 54 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
And out now, here come the Bengals. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton here from the gun. And that's complete to LaFell. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Second and 10. Dalton once more. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, 46 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Panthers are going to recover here. That should be enough to get them the victory. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Throwing here, Newton. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
I done came up, busting down the whole